Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're just joining me for the first time. It is Throwback Thursday. Yeah! Okay, I have to admit I didn't have a lot of time in this last week to burn, so this candle isn't burnt down as far as normally it might be by the time I do these videos. So, but last week, N or Kevin, chose my banana nutmeg bread pudding, which I also had difficulty saying last time too. Bath & Body Works banana nutmeg bread pudding as the Throwback Thursday candle selection for this week to burn and to make a review on. This came out last fall of 2014, in the home collection. Came out and, you know, it was a hit and miss. If you didn't like banana, you didn't pick this up. I happen to absolutely love banana. Actually, I had really bad ears when I was a kid, and a lot of the medicine that they gave me, which you'd think would put me off of banana smell and taste, but the medicine that the doctors always gave me for my ear infections, and that was a banana flavored. And I don't know, still love it to this day. So anyway, so there's this candle right here. Of course, it's the 3-wick version. Yellow wax fitting for the fact that it's a banana scented candle. You can see that it's starting to get a little dirty, and I do trim my wicks prior to burning. But if you notice, before we get into the nitty gritty here, I just blew this out. It's hitting the puny wick syndrome stage again. Like, I don't know. So I guess it's not just 2015, it's also 2014's as well. That it was just starting to struggle. But back to the scent of this candle. Oh, it is one of my favorites. Maybe that face didn't probably give it away right away, but one of my favorite candles, for fall time or overall, really. It's a great candle. The throw out of a 10 would have been probably an 8. I only had one left, so I was burning this one in my bedroom because I do, obviously, like I've mentioned before, burn 2 candles in this great room generally, but because I only had one, I used it in my bedroom, and it just smells so good. It's definitely a bakery. Banana is the top note, but before we go into the scent description, I'll read you the scent description that Bath & Body Works gave. It says, a scrumptious new spin on the traditional bread pudding recipe. Creamy banana, freshly grated nutmeg, and brown sugar are mixed into a sweet indulgence. Yeah, it is. Top note banana. Really bottom note would have been, for me at least, on this candle, would be the bread, the bakery notes. Very low on the scent level. High is banana, middle would be the nutmeg. It smells divine. Like, if I could find this again in an SAS, which I didn't last year for, I guess it was Boxing Day or December 26th is the first day of the SAS for the winter. As this came out in fall, I was really hoping to find it. In the wintertime, didn't find it. Bummed. Probably, as you know, all of you guys who are also collectors / obsessed people of candles know that Bath & Body Works, if you really love a candle, they probably won't bring it back. It's just the fact of life, hence why I do stock up on certain things. I did stock up on this at one time. I think I had like 5 or 6 of these at one time, and just kept this one in my collection, and I get to burn it. And I'm really happy to have burnt it. And it was such an enjoyable candle to burn. So thank you very much, N or Kevin, for choosing this one. Before I finish I have a little bit of something to talk to you guys about after this. I just want to let you know, we already made the announcement of what the next Throwback Thursday candle would be. So next Thursday, the very first Thursday of November, Jen Candle Addict asked if I would burn my Yankee Candles Home Pumpkin Cupcake. So I'm just burning this here. I wanted to give it a good burn because it is a Yankee candle, so throw can sometimes come and go. So I wanted to make sure I was burning this a little bit longer so I can get a better judgment on it for all of you. So you guys, if you find this, I still wouldn't, I'm not that obsessed. Like, I'm not gotta have it like on eBay for $60, whatever they're selling it for. I would never do that. But if you see it in SAS, pick it up. It's gorgeous. It's like Sean mentioned, I posted on my Instagram, Canada Kim 1978. Canada is spelled with a K. Like Sean posted from Hearts and Soul, he did say that, yeah, a lot of people didn't like this on cold because it does have a different, it doesn't take on as much of a bakery note, obviously. When it's cold, you need to let it burn, and it really does. It smells gorgeous, and I would pick up many more if I could find this. So one last thing before I go, I just wanted to let you guys know, now that my haunted house is over. It was the Saturday the 24th and Sunday the 25th of October, and I'm a volunteer firefighter at my local fire hall, and it was my idea. I'm like, hey, let's do a haunted house. This town hasn't had one as far as I've lived here, as long as I've lived here. Let's do one up. It was a lot of hard work, great volunteers, a lot of people stuck it out both days, came in on their own, like on top of it to help us set up. It was an amazing show of what a small community, as soon as they hear a buzz about this kind of thing, they are just all over it. Again, small community I live in is under 5,000 people. We are sandwiched between two larger cities on Vancouver Island. One's 80,000 plus and one's about 50,000 plus. And in that general vicinity, we being in the middle, we had an amazing turnout. I didn't know, no one knew. This is our very first time we ever did this. You guys, the first night we did it for 6 hours, from 4 till 10 p.m. We had about 200 people through a gate. Everything was by donation. We wanted to make sure that people who didn't have a lot of money or any money at all could still come in and enjoy. We had a local grocery store basically donate all the hot dogs and fixings, like everything, like just some snacks, some fun, evening snacks and that for the kids. We had 200 people through the first night, and we were steady in the house. Like, I was in the house myself, so I didn't get to see what was going on the outside. We heard about it afterwards. Word got round. That night, we're sitting down at the fire hall just to sort of like take a breather, because we only got like a 15-minute break in that 6 hours as actors inside the house. And social media just blew up. They really enjoy the fact that we had a mild, medium, and extreme. So you told the gatekeeper before you came in what level you'd like, and that's what we based it on. It was wonderful. Nothing but positive reviews. People just were just so amazing. Their feedback was wonderful. The second night, we are only open for 5 hours, so 1 hour less. We were going to be open from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the Sunday. We had 360 people through. Word got round, so much so that we found out later, again, I was inside the house with a lot of the other actors, we found out later the lineup was 45 minutes long or 100 people deep at some points. We had traffic control. We had our own firefighters doing traffic control. And also on Saturday, we had a fire call out. It was amazing because a lot of the guys that were on the outside there to be, in uniform and, represent, they went to that fire call and we didn't miss a heartbeat. It was wonderful, beautiful. Strangers, I find this out the next day, or on the Sunday evening after everything was said and done. One of the volunteer firefighters in my crew comes up to me and said, I'm not going to say names, but so-and-so came up in his wheelchair. He's a paraplegic now because he fell, I guess, renovating his home. He fell through a skylight. And my fire crew was the first ones. We were the first responders for him. And anyway, although we could absolutely put him through the house, absolutely. We were doing this for muscular dystrophy, all donations for muscular dystrophy. And he didn't want to come in the house, but rather he put a lot of money in our boot, which we use a boot, like a firefighter's boot, for donations, and just said, thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for helping. Enough said, kind of thing. And also we had another woman who wanted to come through our haunted house because when it's not a haunted house, it's a spot where, if a major incident, search and rescue, that kind of thing, they use the spot. A woman had lost her daughter last fall, hiking in the middle of the night, and that was where their debrief was, and that's where she was brought to by search and rescue after their daughter was found. And she said she went through the first night, and she said it was eerie but good. So she went again the second night and had an amazing time. She needed that. I guess she needed that to do that. She just needed to kind of like feel good about her situation. We lose people all the time. I see death a lot. Both, you know, I was an auxiliary constable for 11 years. Whether it's people you know or it's people you don't know, it's just an amazing time when a small community can come together. I mean, again, mentioning before, our town is flanked between 2 cities. There were people from each of those cities that came out, heard it on the radio, on television, because I had it on TV, on a commercial. It was just absolutely amazing. Wow, and such a response that I think we're going to be doing it next year, and there was actually requests that we do it for 2 weekends in a row. So only if we can get enough volunteers, because the neighbors were getting a little restless towards the last night, and I was too. A lot of us were volunteering there for, you know, I was 2 weeks straight, and now I'm a little sick right now, which is generally what happens, you know, when you go. I did that in college. I would be fine, write my final exam, and then bam, you're sick. But you guys, I want to say thank you very much. Rambling about this candle review, but we'll go back to this banana nutmeg bread pudding. Go get you some if you can find it, because it's so good. Oh my God, I gotta find you again. All right, you guys, thanks for listening. Take care.